Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Janera, and today I'm going to be reviewing Rare Beauty's new Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, Kaja's new Whipped Dream Blush, as well as Hourglass's new Volumizing Gloss Balm. So if you're interested in seeing the application and review of these products, then keep on watching. So I already moisturized my face using my Beekman 1802 lotion. So next I'm going to use 2 pumps of my Fenty primer. Okay, so next I'll be using the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer from Rare Beauty. It says that this is a weightless tinted moisturizer that instantly blurs and hydrates the skin with light to medium coverage and a natural finish. It also has an SPF of 20, and this is the shade 46C. So with this tinted moisturizer, there are 24 flexible shades. However, I wasn't able to find my exact match, and I normally wouldn't go for a cooler undertone, but after looking at the shades online, I felt like the 46C was the closest match for me. So because the undertone selection is a little limited with this launch, I want to go ahead and swatch this moisturizer first and compare it to a couple of other warmer foundations that I have, just so that if you are my exact match, you can kind of get a better idea of like which shade to choose. Okay, so I'm going to put the swatch of this moisturizer on top. Right underneath, I'm going to use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Macao. Under the NARS, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade 6W1 Sandalwood. So the first one is this Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer in the shade 46C. Next, I swatched the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Macao, and that's a warmer undertone. And then another warmer undertone is the Estee Lauder 6W1 Sandalwood in the Double Wear Foundation. But looking at these swatches, I feel like the 46C should be okay for me to use. It looks pretty close. Alright, so let's get into this moisturizer. This will be the first time that I'm using anything from Rare Beauty. I've heard so many good reviews, so I'm excited to see how their products work for my skin. And it does say that you can apply this moisturizer with your fingers, or you can go in with a sponge. I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender Pro just because I don't really like applying my makeup with my fingers. Alright, so I'm gonna put this moisturizer on the right side of my face. Okay, this is a really good shade match. It's just melting right into the skin. Alright, so this is the finish of the moisturizer, and we'll compare it to the other side. You can still see acne scarring. Honestly, it doesn't really cover up anything. It just kind of gives the skin like a really nice glow. I do like the finish of this moisturizer. I think I'm just still kind of adjusting just because I'm usually only using medium to full coverage foundations. I find that with this moisturizer, I keep having to tell myself that this is not a foundation. It's just supposed to be a tinted moisturizer, you know, something you throw on like if you're gonna go run errands or do something chill for the day. It's not really supposed to like cover up any imperfections. So with that being said, I do like it. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the other side, and then we'll see if we can build up the coverage to medium. Alright, so this is how the moisturizer looks on both sides. And I'll get close to show you the texture. Alright, so I'm gonna add one last pump, and we'll see if we can get medium coverage out of this moisturizer. Now that I've added more, I still feel like it only has sheer coverage. I don't feel like this is medium coverage at all. So I was gonna use my Born This Way concealer, but now seeing how light the coverage is, I'm kind of scared to use that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Bobbi Brown Skin Concealer Stick. This is the shade Golden. It did claim that it would have medium to full coverage, but I felt like it was only sheer to medium coverage. So I feel like pairing this concealer with this moisturizer would be perfect. And Again, I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend this out. Okay, so I'm liking this look so far. I'm gonna add some setting powder. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep. I'm just gonna use a little bit to set under my eyes, and then I'll use some all over my face as an all over face powder just because I do have oily skin. Okay, now I'm really liking this look. So setting powder is definitely a must with this moisturizer for me personally. It might not be for you if you kind of just like the tinted moisturizer on its own, but for me, I'm definitely gonna be adding the setting powder. Okay, so now I'm gonna add just a pinch of my other makeup. For my contour, I'll be using the Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio by One Size Beauty. I'll use this shade right here, and I'm just gonna tap my brush in. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of my Mocha Mami bronzer from Fenty Beauty. And this is the M530 that I'm gonna use to apply it. Next, I want to get into this new blush from Kaja. This is their Whipped Dream blush. They did send me their shade Mocha Tart, so I'll be swatching this out and trying it for you guys today. This is the swatch of the shade Mocha Tart. It's a very pretty shade. And I'm going to be using my Fenty 110 brush to apply it. And the technique that I like to use for my cream blushes is putting the product on my hand first and then using the brush to pick it up and then apply it to my skin. So I'm just going to put some on my hand first. So this formula is a lot thicker than some of the cream blushes that I've been trying out recently, so I thought it would be a little hard to blend out, but it's pretty easy to blend out. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the other side. And it does say that this formula can be used on the eyes, so I'm gonna use the rest of it on my eyelids, just to give it a little bit of color. I do feel like I used way too much blush though. I feel like when it comes to cream blushes, it's so hard for me to measure it out. But this is a really pretty shade, so I kind of don't really mind it too much. I'm just gonna add a little bit of my highlighter. This is from Becca Cosmetics. It's the shade Topaz. Alright, so now that the rest of my face makeup is done, I'm gonna go off camera and finish my eyebrows, eyeliner, and mascara. And when I come back, I'll show you guys Hourglass's new Volumizing Gloss Balm. Alright, so I am back, and I wanna get close to show you the texture of this moisturizer and the blush. Overall, like I said earlier, I'm really not a tinted moisturizer kind of girl, but I do think that this finish is very pretty. I think it's very natural as well. So if you do like tinted moisturizers, then you would definitely love this one. I want to show you guys Hourglass's new Volumizing Gloss Balm. They did send me the shade Haze, and this is what it looks like. And I'll swatch it for you guys. Ooh, this shade is so pretty. And the formula feels really rich on the skin as well, and it's definitely smooth and shiny. Pretty. Okay, so a little goes a long way with this gloss balm. I just put a little bit on the bottom of my lips and that was enough. I think this is a very creamy and rich formula. It feels nice on the lips and I really like this shade. All right, so this is the finished makeup look for today. Overall, I really do like how it came out. For me personally, I'm really not a big fan of tinted moisturizers. I only use the medium to full coverage foundations, but I do think that this one is really nice. It has a very nice glow. And then when I added the rest of the makeup, like now I'm kind of like, okay, I really like how this came out. When it was first just the moisturizer, I was like, you know, like kind of like what's the point? But I do like how it came out. I like the finish, I like the glow. I do think that even though this shade has a cooler undertone, it does work well for me, so I'll agree that their shades are pretty flexible. And then this blush definitely surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to have so much pigment, but it does. A little goes a long way with this one, and I think that out of all the shades that are included in this launch, the Mocha Tart is the most flattering for deep skin tones. And then lastly, for this Hourglass Volumizing Gloss Balm, I really like this shade and the formula. It's super rich and a little goes a long way. It also reminds me of the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm. But yeah, those are my final thoughts on all the new makeup products that I tried out today. If you have any questions about this Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, the Kaja Whipped Dream Blush, or the Hourglass Volumizing Gloss Balm, please let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Also, if you are new here, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.